Just because we've set up the site template doesn't mean that the design part of web design is done. We still have to create each individual page of our site, along with the new content for each page. However, our template makes this job easy. We just need to fill in the blanks. Before we get started, we need to assemble the raw materials for each of our subpages. Luckily, we figured out everything we needed during pre-production. First, we'll want all the photos for our photo page saved into the Images folder, along with the screenshots for our videos subpage. We'll also need the 3 short films we want to upload to the web, saved into the video folder. For our resume page, we'll just use a resume we already wrote in Microsoft Word. And that's everything we'll need. Now, we need to insert the main content of this page. When we talk about content, we're referring to the graphics, text, and other multimedia that we've built our site to contain. Our content is, in theory, why our website exists, and it will change from page to page, depending on what specifically we want each page to convey. For our home page, we'll want to tell people a little bit about what our site is about, which, in this case, would be us. We might also include a fun snapshot to give the page a little more life, like this. Ready to move on and create our first subpage? Great. The easiest way to do this is to just reuse this page. In whatever editor we're using, go to the File menu and save our index page. Then, once we've saved all of our changes, go back to the File menu and select Save As. The Save dialog box will come up, enabling us to save a copy of this page under a new name. Here, we'll use Save As to create our Movies page. So in the dialog box, we'll rename the file from index.html to movies.html. When we hit Save, we'll have created a new document, identical to the old one. This way, we won't have to remake our header, footer, and navigation bar. Later, we'll see how templates within web editors will help simplify and build upon this concept. Now, delete the main content from our index page and start inputting the content for our movies page. This consists of screenshots from our videos page, which link to the full videos. We might also want to add a description of each video so that visitors know what they're clicking on. If you don't have any videos you can use for this page, feel free to use digital videos from Google Video or YouTube as placeholders. Because of this reuse, we need to be very certain that we haven't lost any changes to our index page, the home page. So, preview our movies page in a web browser, and then test the link to the home page. If we've been maintaining our file structure throughout this process, the navigation to our home page should work just fine. And because we've been saving our work as we go, the home page should be just as we left it. When our movies page is ready, save it, then use Save As again to create the next page, our resume page. If our resume exists as a Word document already, then there are a few options for how we can put that document online. We'll go over them later. But for right now, let's just open our Word document. Then, we'll copy and paste the text from our Word document into the main content section of the resume web page. We can now use the text editing tools of our web application to format the text according to our specifications. Once we've completed the resume page, save it, then save as again to create our Photos page. For the main content of the Photos page, we'll insert a sample photo using our web application's insert tools. Then, on this page, we'll create links to the album subpages of our site. We can also insert links to the album subpages in our navigation bar so that the user will understand that these pages are subordinate to the Photos page. It's almost like the Photos section of our website is a mini website in of itself. Once again, we'll use Save As to create our first album subpage. Be sure to put this page into our album subdirectory. Because we've put it in a subdirectory, the first thing we should do is update the links of the page to account for its new place in the file structure. Add ... to the front of each of the links in our navigation bar. This will tell the HTML to look for the file being linked in the directory above this one. Also, update the link to our header image so that it also corresponds with our page's new place in the file structure. Insert the images for our first album, in our case, a collection of photos featuring a young cousin. Now, we can move on to the next subpage, a collection of our favorite sunset photos. The last album subpage features photos from a recent road trip. Once we've created our last subpage, we should preview our site in a web browser to check each link and make sure that each image exists. Because we've only been making changes to the main content and not the site template, each page should look the same and the links should be identical overall. When we preview our site in a browser, we'll see that the unity we've worked hard to maintain keeps each page looking like part of a complete site. So now we know the process by which we create our site. How you actually make the site will depend on the web design tools you have on hand. But no matter which one you choose, you'll still end up with a clean, consistent, and well-designed website.